give me a little background on your history of how you got involved with the U.S. blind soccer team?
So in 2021, I went to the Paralympic trials and I ended up getting second place. And after that, I was deciding to retire from track, and I was trying to find a new sport to get involved in. And a friend had told me about USABA was hosting a blind soccer clinic up in Colorado Springs. So I applied and I was able to go and participate in my first camp.
What got you excited about playing blind soccer? I mean, have you ever been a soccer player before? Did you ever like playing soccer?
No, I never was really introduced to soccer growing up. It was always like football, basketball, baseball, like a true American. And, you know, that was my first experience with soccer, was blind soccer. So just trying to learn the game at the same time while being blind was an interesting experience.
And so, you know, I've heard this many times, and people I've talked to, you know, they say, yeah, I mean, I'm getting involved in this new sport that the U.S. has to get engaged in for the 2028 games, and that's blind soccer. And they look at me like I'm crazy. Like, how can anybody play blind soccer? So can you explain to me, you know, what would you tell, you know, a person who has vision that's watching you guys play, that what it takes to play blind soccer? I mean, it's like amazing just the skill sets you would need. And what are the things that you have to do to adapt to be able to play blind soccer?
Yeah, so I would say like there are many adaptations. I've heard many of my sighted friends say before, like if they didn't see our eye mask, it looks like we're playing like regular soccer. And it kind of is to a point, but we have a ball that has like rattles in it. It has like 6 metal casings with ball bearings in it. And that allows us to locate the ball on the field. And we also have walls, kind of like hockey. And our field is 40 by 20 meters. So it's a little bit smaller, and it gives us just enough space to get really fast, but enough space to control ourselves and be safe. So just with those adaptations, it allows us to play.
So you have family, right?
Yes.
And so what does the family think about you playing on the U.S. team? That must be pretty exciting for them, right?
Yeah, my family has grown accustomed to being like somewhat amazed by me. Now to the point where they're just like, oh yeah, that's Antoine. So
that's Antoine, yeah.
It's pretty par for the course for them.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, I was just thinking, you know, that if I was going to ask somebody to support the blind soccer team, what would you tell people out there to say why they should support the blind soccer team? Why, you know, they don't know enough about, you know, it's all, like you said, baseball, basketball, and football, the big things in America, but soccer, I mean, it's becoming a big sport. And now we have the FIFA World Cup coming, and we have Messi and coming and playing in Miami, and the whole country all of a sudden is waking up to soccer. And so what would be the hook that you say to them, why you should support blind soccer, the U.S. blind soccer team that's reaching to stand on the podium in 2028 as either a gold, silver, or bronze medal winner?
I would say the biggest reason is that now that we as America have like, you know, taken part in this game, like it's a world game, you know, it's the most popular sport in the world. And I think one of the biggest reasons why is because it's very inclusive. And now you see we've been able to adopt it to soccer, to blind soccer. So I would say it gives everyone an opportunity to participate and get off the couch and actually do something you didn't think you were able to do. Because that's one of our problems in the blind community. It's like a lot of us are kind of stagnant, and, you know, we just kind of need a little help just getting out and getting active.
And so you got to get out there and be active. And so, you know, I was in Miami, and we support the Miami Lighthouse for the Blind. We've been supporting them for almost 40, 50 years. And Miami and Virginia, who's the president of the Miami Lighthouse for the Blind, you know, she said something to me the other day. She said, you know, the difference between a blind person and a non-blind person is that a blind person has to take 1 or 2 extra steps to do what you can do. And I thought that was a really interesting comment because, you know, I've made comments to our team, our U.S. Paralympic team, that I don't want to be seeing pictures of our Paralympians, you know, showing their disability. I want to see them look like normal human beings. And the first time you see them, they're walking down the street and stuff. Then they go to the gym, and all of a sudden they're getting ready to play ice hockey. Yeah. And, you know, and you see these guys getting on these sleds, and you go, my God, I didn't even know they had a disability. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So I think we got to get away from, you know, saying that people have a disability and they're not capable of doing anything that's out there that any one of us can do.
Yeah.
That has vision. So
that's the great thing about our sport is like once you step onto that field or that pitch, it's like your blindness doesn't matter because we're all blind. So now what matters is, are you an athlete? What type of athlete you are? What did you practice? What did you eat? Like all of those nuanced things that make you an athlete becomes far more important than your disability.